allegations against, allegations accusation, allegations charges, allegations wrongdoing, allegations scandal, allegations investigation, allegations claims, allegations alleged. Diligence in study, diligence in work, legal diligence, financial diligence, academic diligence, professional diligence, diligence in research, diligence in practice, personal diligence, diligence in investigation. Detention center, detention facility, detention without trial, detention pending investigation, detention under suspicion, detention under arrest, detention for questioning, detention of migrants, detention of asylum seekers. Prospect opportunity, prospect future, prospect potential, prospect career, prospect job, prospect possibility. Fraud crime, fraud theft, fraud scam, fraud financial, fraud scheme, fraud deception, fraud dishonesty, fraud forgery. Fraudulent activity, fraudulent behavior, fraudulent scheme, fraudulent transaction, fraudulent practice, fraudulent claim, fraudulent conduct, fraudulent scheme, fraudulent practice, fraudulent behavior, fraudulent activity, fraudulent behavior, fraudulent act, fraudulent charge. Legal jurisdiction, jurisdictional authority, jurisdictional issues, jurisdictional boundaries, federal jurisdiction, international jurisdiction, jurisdiction over cases, exclusive jurisdiction, cross-jurisdictional, jurisdictional overlap. Embezzlement of company funds, embezzlement of public funds, embezzlement by employees, embezzlement by officials, embezzlement of charity funds, embezzlement of client funds, embezzlement of government funds, embezzlement scheme. Appeal court, appeal decision, appeal judge, appeal case, appeal ruling, appeal judgment. Capitulation to, capitulation of, capitulation by, capitulation with, capitulation in, capitulation at, capitulation following, capitulation surrender, capitulation agreement, capitulation defeat, capitulation submission. Succumb to the pressure, succumb to the temptation, succumb to illness, succumb to injury, succumb to defeat, succumb to the weakness. Metaphorical meaning, metaphorical language, metaphorical imagery, metaphorical expression, metaphorical metaphor, metaphorical symbol, metaphorical comparison, metaphorical figure of speech. Harness energy, harness power, harness potential, harness resources, harness technology, harness creativity. Scientific inquiry, inquiry investigation, inquiry query, inquiry question, inquiry examination, inquiry search, inquiry probe, inquiry study, inquiry exploration, inquiry research, inquiry scrutiny, inquiry interrogation, inquiry analysis. Inquiry examination. Make inference, draw inference from, make inference about, make inference from, make inference based on, draw inference based on, make logical inference, make reasonable inference. Deduction logic, deduction reasoning, deduction conclusion, deduction process, deduction facts. Umbrage at, umbrage taken, umbrage offense, umbrage insult, umbrage criticism, umbrage remark, umbrage comment, umbrage reaction, umbrage action, umbrage response, umbrage behavior, umbrage conduct, umbrage attitude, umbrage expression, umbrage situation. Remonstrate protest, remonstrate objection, remonstrate disapproval, remonstrate disagreement, remonstrate. Logical fallacy, common fallacy, fallacy of assumption, fallacy of composition, fallacy of division, fallacy of relevance, fallacy of ambiguity, fallacy of anecdotal evidence, fallacy of appeal to authority, fallacy of appeal to emotion. Calumny accusation, calumny defamation, calumny slander, calumny libel, calumny lie, calumny falsehood, calumny smear, calumny attack. Postulated theory, postulated hypothesis, postulated idea, postulated concept, postulated conclusion, postulated explanation, postulated assumption, postulated proposition, postulated belief, postulated argument, postulated scenario, postulated prediction. Consumerism culture, consumerism society, consumerism trend, consumerism behavior, consumerism lifestyle. Ubiquity of, ubiquity in, ubiquity across, ubiquity within, ubiquity throughout, ubiquity presence, ubiquity occurrence, ubiquity prevalence, ubiquity existence, ubiquity phenomenon. Ubiquity presence everywhere, ubiquity pervasiveness, ubiquity omnipresence, ubiquity universality, ubiquity prevalence, ubiquity all presence. Implications consequences, implications effects, implications impact, implications significance, implications meaning, implications importance, implications result, implications outcome. reciprocity agreement, reciprocity principle, reciprocity relationship, reciprocity deal, reciprocity treaty, reciprocity exchange, reciprocity understanding, reciprocity arrangement, reciprocity cooperation. Political chicanery, legal chicanery, financial chicanery, business chicanery, corporate chicanery, government chicanery, economic chicanery, professional chicanery, ethical chicanery, deceptive chicanery. Pledges promise, pledges commitment, pledges vow, pledges oath, pledges covenant, pledges undertaking, pledges assurance, pledges agreement, pledges dedication, pledges allegiance. Innuendo about, innuendo of, innuendo regarding, innuendo concerning, innuendo involving, innuendo with, innuendo-laden remarks, innuendo-laden comments, innuendo-laden statements.
Symbiosis relationship, symbiosis partnership, symbiosis interaction, symbiosis cooperation, symbiosis collaboration, symbiosis mutualism, symbiosis interdependence, symbiosis mutual benefit, symbiosis ecosystem. Liaise with, liaise between, liaise among, liaise coordinator, liaise officer, liaise manager, liaise team, liaise department. Collusion between companies, collusion in the stock market, collusion with competitors, collusion with government officials, collusion to fix prices, collusion to rig elections, collusion to evade taxes, collusion to commit fraud. Magnitude of impact, magnitude of change, magnitude of effect, magnitude of influence, magnitude of problem, magnitude of disaster, magnitude of crisis, magnitude of scale, magnitude of achievement, magnitude of risk. Intuition about, intuition of, intuition regarding, intuition concerning, intuition into, intuition towards, intuition with, intuition without, intuition-based decision, intuition-driven action. Environmental conservation, conservation preservation, conservation protection, conservation safeguarding, conservation maintenance, conservation stewardship, conservation care, conservation sustenance, conservation upkeep, conservation management, conservation custody, conservation guardianship. Usury loan sharking, usury loan exploitation, usury loan extortion, usury predatory lending, usury loan gouging, usury loan racketeering, usury loan profiteering, usury loan swindling, usury loan cheating, usury loan usuriousness, usury loan usance. Adultery affair, adultery infidelity, adultery cheating, adultery betrayal, adultery unfaithfulness, adultery betrayal of trust, adultery extramarital affair, adultery extramarital relationship, adultery affair of the heart, adultery affair of passion, adultery affair of lust, adultery affair of desire. Spouse partner, spouse husband, spouse wife, spouse marriage, spouse relationship, spouse support, spouse role, spouse spouse, spouse spouse. Sorcery witchcraft, sorcery magic, sorcery enchantment, sorcery wizardry, sorcery occultism, sorcery necromancy, sorcery witchery, sorcery conjuration, sorcery spellcasting, sorcery devilry, sorcery diabolism. Swearing language, swearing curse, swearing profanity, swearing vulgarity, swearing obscenity. Polytheism religion, polytheism faith, polytheism belief, polytheism practice, polytheism doctrine, polytheism theology, polytheism worship, polytheism idolatry, polytheism spirituality, polytheism pantheon, polytheism paganism, polytheism idol worship. Sanitation system, sanitation facility, sanitation service, sanitation infrastructure, sanitation hygiene, sanitation practice, sanitation condition, sanitation standard, sanitation measure, sanitation program, sanitation policy, sanitation requirement, sanitation management, sanitation control. Endurance stamina, endurance resilience, endurance fortitude, endurance perseverance, endurance tenacity, endurance grit, endurance determination, endurance toughness, endurance staying power, endurance patience, endurance staying power, endurance persistence. Trawl internet, trawl search, trawl information, trawl data, trawl research. Backbiting gossip, backbiting slander, backbiting defamation, backbiting character assassination, backbiting calumny, backbiting defamation of character, backbiting maligning, backbiting vilification, backbiting denigration, backbiting disparagement, backbiting libel. Scrutiny examination, scrutiny investigation, scrutiny review, scrutiny analysis, scrutiny attention, scrutiny process, scrutiny scrutiny, scrutiny scrutiny, scrutiny oversight. perseverance, persistence, perseverance, tenacity, perseverance, determination, perseverance, resolve, perseverance, endurance, perseverance, grit, perseverance, resilience, perseverance, patience, perseverance, steadfastness, perseverance, diligence, perseverance, doggedness, perseverance, stick-to-itiveness. Nepotism in hiring, nepotism in promotions, nepotism in politics, nepotism in business, nepotism in academia, nepotism in government, nepotism in entertainment, nepotism in sports, nepotism in the workplace. Adolescents, teenagers, adolescents, youth, adolescents, 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 young, adolescents, puberty, adolescents, teen, adolescents, age, adolescents, adolescent. Mourners at, mourners for, mourners of, mourners with, mourners over, mourners among, mourners gathered, mourners family, mourners friends, mourners loved ones, mourners community, mourners funeral, mourners death, mourners loss, mourners tragedy, mourners grief, mourners sorrow. Scientific nomenclature, taxonomic nomenclature, biological nomenclature, chemical nomenclature, botanical nomenclature, zoological nomenclature, medical nomenclature, linguistic nomenclature, terminological nomenclature. Offspring, children, offspring, offspring, offspring generation, offspring descendants, offspring babies. Modality of treatment, modality of therapy, modality of intervention, modality of expression, modality of learning, modality of communication, modality of presentation, modality of assessment, modality of experience. Cultural assimilation, social assimilation, assimilation of knowledge, assimilation of concepts, assimilation of language, assimilation of customs, assimilation of values, assimilation of experiences, assimilation of data. Nuclear proliferation, proliferation of technology, proliferation of information, proliferation of weapons, proliferation of cells, proliferation of ideas, proliferation of diseases, proliferation of digital media, proliferation of social media platforms, proliferation of fake news. Censure of, censure against, censure by, censure with, censure for, censure from, censure motion, censure resolution, censure vote, censure action, censure condemnation, censure reprimand, censure punishment. Aberration from, aberration of, aberration in, aberration to, aberration as, aberration behavior, aberration pattern, aberration occurrence, aberration event, aberration deviation, aberration anomaly. Confluence of, confluence between, confluence with, confluence at, confluence point, confluence junction, confluence river, confluence stream, confluence meeting, confluence intersection, confluence merger. Blast from, blast in, blast at, blast away, blast off, blast out, blast sound, blast music, blast explosion, blast bomb, blast fire, blast heat, blast wave, blast wind, blast hurricane, blast destruction, blast impact, blast force, blast power, blast energy, blast damage. Dichotomy between, dichotomy of opinion, dichotomy of beliefs, cultural dichotomy, philosophical dichotomy, dichotomy of thought, dichotomy of values, dichotomy of perspectives, dichotomy of approaches, dichotomy of lifestyles, dichotomy of ideologies, dichotomy of cultures, dichotomy of ideologies, dichotomy of viewpoints. Dichotomy between, dichotomy of opinion, dichotomy of beliefs, cultural dichotomy, philosophical dichotomy, dichotomy of thought, dichotomy of values, dichotomy of perspectives, dichotomy of approaches, dichotomy of lifestyles, dichotomy of ideologies, dichotomy of cultures, dichotomy of ideologies, dichotomy of viewpoints. Abolished, eliminated, abolished, eradicated, abolished, terminated, abolished, 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 annulled, abolished, nullified, abolished, repealed, abolished, revoked, abolished, cancelled, abolished, withdrawn. Goosebumps shiver, goosebumps chill, goosebumps cold, goosebumps fear, goosebumps excitement, goosebumps horror, goosebumps spine, goosebumps skin, goosebumps body. Unilateral action, unilateral decision, unilateral move, unilateral decision-making, unilateral approach, unilateral intervention, unilateral imposition, unilateral withdrawal, unilateral agreement, unilateral support. Ethical standards, ethical behavior, ethical considerations, ethical dilemmas, ethical principles, ethical guidelines, ethical issues, ethical practice, ethical responsibility, ethical decision-making. Gadgets and gizmos, gadgets technology, gadgets devices, gadgets electronics, gadgets accessories, gadgets tools, gadgets innovations, gadgets products, gadgets items, gadgets gear, gadgets gizmo, gadgets invention, gadgets thing, gadgets contraption. Bereaved widower, grieving widower, lonely widower, devastated widower, heartbroken widower, widower's pension, widower's allowance, widower's support, young widower, elderly widower. Enrapture by, enrapture with, enrapture in, enrapture at, enrapture moment, enrapture beauty, enrapture nature, enrapture experience, enrapture joy, enrapture excitement, enrapture wonder, enrapture awe, enrapture magic, enrapture spell, enrapture charm, enrapture spellbound.
Authentic experience, authentic product, authentic cuisine, authentic culture, authentic tradition, authentic artwork, authentic flavor, authentic atmosphere, authentic voice, authentic representation. Benevolence of, benevolence towards, benevolence to, benevolence for, benevolence with, benevolence from, benevolence gesture, benevolence act, benevolence spirit, benevolence heart, benevolence nature, benevolence person. Perception of, perception about, perception towards, perception on, perception regarding, perception concerning, perception with, perception in, perception as, perception idea, perception concept, perception understanding. Moral conviction, personal conviction, religious conviction, political conviction, deep conviction, strong conviction, conviction that, conviction in, conviction of, conviction about, conviction regarding. Convictions beliefs, convictions principles, convictions values, convictions ideology, convictions faith, convictions creed, convictions philosophy, convictions morals, convictions ethics, convictions dogma, convictions doctrine. Coercion of, coercion by, coercion from, coercion with, coercion into, coercion against, coercion tactic, coercion strategy, coercion method, coercion technique, coercion manipulation, coercion control. Gesture of goodwill, gesture of friendship, gesture of appreciation, gesture of gratitude, gesture of apology, gesture of kindness, gesture of respect, gesture of love, gesture of solidarity, gesture of agreement. Gesture of goodwill, gesture of friendship, gesture of appreciation, gesture of gratitude, gesture of apology, gesture of kindness, gesture of respect, gesture of love, gesture of solidarity, gesture of agreement. Prominent feature, prominent role, prominent figure, prominent position, prominent place, prominent role, prominent leader, prominent politician, prominent member, prominent individual, prominent name, prominent personality, prominent voice, prominent actor, prominent artist. Inception of the project, inception of the idea, inception of the company, inception of the program, inception of the plan, inception of the initiative, inception of the journey, inception of the process. Rudimentary skills, rudimentary knowledge, rudimentary tools, rudimentary understanding, rudimentary level, rudimentary conditions, rudimentary structures, rudimentary techniques, rudimentary principles, rudimentary form. Vicarious experience, vicarious enjoyment, vicarious thrill, vicarious pleasure, vicarious adventure, vicarious feeling, vicarious emotion, vicarious satisfaction, vicarious learning, vicarious participation. Manual dexterity, mental dexterity, physical dexterity, artistic dexterity, technical dexterity, creative dexterity, musical dexterity, verbal dexterity, cognitive dexterity, digital dexterity, motor dexterity. Glimmer of hope, glimmer of light, glimmer of recognition, glimmer of understanding, glimmer of excitement, glimmer of opportunity, glimmer of joy, glimmer of happiness, glimmer of success, glimmer of optimism, glimmer of possibility, glimmer of future, glimmer of dawn, glimmer of moonlight. Apple orchards, pear orchards, cherry orchards, peach orchards, plum orchards, apricot orchards, citrus orchards, berry orchards, almond orchards, walnut orchards, olive orchards, vineyard orchards, tropical orchards. Steadily increasing, steadily improving, steadily growing, steadily progressing, steadily moving forward, straightily advancing, straightily evolving, straightily maturing, straightily consolidating, straightily enhancing, straightily refining, straightily strengthening, straightily building. Profusely sweat, profusely bleed, profusely thank, profusely apologize, profusely perspire, profusely cry. Business acumen, financial acumen, political acumen, strategic acumen, management acumen, marketing acumen, technical acumen, creative acumen, analytical acumen, leadership acumen, entrepreneurial acumen. Acumen intelligence, acumen insight, acumen expertise, acumen understanding, acumen wisdom, acumen proficiency, acumen sharpness, acumen discernment, acumen perspicacity, acumen shrewdness. Perspicacity of judgment, perspicacity of observation, perspicacity of analysis, perspicacity of insight, perspicacity of perception, perspicacity of reasoning, perspicacity of thought, perspicacity of foresight. Extravagantly decorated, extravagantly expensive, extravagantly dressed, live extravagantly, spend extravagantly, extravagantly luxurious, extravagantly opulent, extravagantly beautiful, extravagantly furnished, extravagantly lavish, extravagantly flamboyant. Vestige of the past, vestige of civilization, vestige of tradition, vestige of glory, vestige of power, vestige of ancient culture, vestige of lost civilization, vestige of former greatness, vestige of former glory, vestige of former beauty. Talk incessantly, work incessantly, complain incessantly, rain incessantly, ring incessantly, think incessantly, check incessantly, call incessantly, search incessantly, study incessantly. Rhetorical question, rhetorical device, rhetorical figure, rhetorical speech, rhetorical effect, rhetorical style, rhetorical technique, rhetorical language, rhetorical flourish, rhetorical expression, rhetorical argument, rhetorical strategy, rhetorical purpose, rhetorical analysis. Rhetoric device, rhetoric technique, rhetoric strategy, rhetoric style, rhetoric flourish, rhetoric appeal, rhetoric argument, political rhetoric, persuasive rhetoric, rhetoric manipulation. Eloquent speaker, eloquent writer, eloquent prose, eloquent language, eloquent expression, eloquent speech, eloquent argument, eloquent narrative, eloquent rhetoric, eloquent delivery, eloquent communication. Repent for one's sins, repent of past mistakes, repent and seek forgiveness, repentance and forgiveness, repentance and redemption, repentance and salvation, repentance and atonement, repentance and reconciliation, repentance and absolution, repentance and contrition, repentance and penance. Coffin funeral, coffin burial, coffin casket, coffin deceased, coffin death, coffin body, coffin corpse. Futile effort, futile attempt, futile exercise, futile endeavor, futile struggle, futile action, futile chase, futile fight, futile resistance, futile resistance.
Trivial matter, trivial issue, trivial problem, trivial pursuit, trivial concern, trivial detail, trivial fact. Eroded by, eroded over, eroded away, eroded rock, eroded soil, eroded coastline, eroded land, eroded surface, eroded area, eroded terrain, eroded riverbank, eroded beach, eroded foundation, eroded hillside, eroded mountainside. Bearing in mind, bearing on, bearing to, bearing with, bearing in, bearing upon, bearing down, bearing up, bearing weight, bearing load, bearing pressure, bearing stress, bearing force, bearing capacity, bearing strength, bearing surface, bearing friction, bearing assembly, bearing structure. Economic repercussions, social repercussions, political repercussions, environmental repercussions, health repercussions, legal repercussions, repercussions on society, psychological repercussions, global repercussions, long-term repercussions. Repercussions consequences, repercussions effects, repercussions impact, repercussions aftermath, repercussions result, repercussions outcome, repercussions reaction, repercussions ramifications, repercussions backlash. Adjourn to, adjourn for, adjourn from, adjourn meeting, adjourn court, adjourn session, adjourn hearing, adjourn trial, adjourn conference, adjourn discussion, adjourn debate, adjourn assembly, adjourn gathering. Assert declare, assert claim, assert maintain, assert allege, assert affirm, assert insist, assert proclaim, assert state, assert attest, assert avow, assert avouch, assert aver, assert express, assert uphold, assert argue, assert contend. Endorse product, endorse brand, endorse endorsement, endorse support, endorse recommendation, endorse approval, endorse promote, endorse advertise, endorse sponsor, endorse publicize. Transcend boundaries, transcend limitations, transcend barriers, transcend borders, transcend expectations, transcend norms, transcend restrictions, transcend constraints. Spiritual transcendence, transcendence of self, transcendence of ego, transcendence of reality, transcendence of limitations, transcendence of boundaries, transcendence of time, transcendence of space. Steered away avoided, steered away averted, steered away prevented, steered away deterred, steered away evaded, steered away circumvented, steered away sidestepped, steered away bypassed. Dare challenge, dare risk, dare courage, dare boldness, dare bravery, dare venture, dare adventure, dare defy, dare audacity. Decay rate, decay process, tooth decay, urban decay, moral decay, decay of society, decay of civilization, decay of infrastructure, decay of morale, decay of values, decay of trust, decay of relationships, decay of health, decay of environment, decay of language. Diversion of attention, diversion of resources, diversion of funds, diversion of traffic, diversion of energy, diversion of focus, diversion of effort, diversion of time, diversion of interest, diversion of conversation. Prejudice against, prejudice towards, prejudice based, prejudice racial, prejudice ethnic, prejudice gender, prejudice discrimination, prejudice bias, prejudice stereotype, prejudice racism, prejudice sexism, prejudice xenophobia, prejudice homophobia. Allocate funds, allocate time, allocate resources, allocate tasks, allocate budget, allocate manpower, allocate space, allocate responsibilities, allocate effort, allocate personnel, allocate investment, allocate assets, allocate capital, allocate funding, allocate allowances. Abatement of, abatement in, abatement measures, abatement action, abatement program, abatement strategy, abatement efforts, abatement plan, abatement control, abatement pollution, abatement noise, abatement nuisance, abatement taxes, abatement cost, abatement benefits. Conjecture theory, conjecture hypothesis, conjecture speculation, conjecture assumption, conjecture idea, conjecture rumor, conjecture opinion, conjecture prediction, conjecture belief, conjecture possibility. Conjecture speculation, conjecture guess, conjecture assumption, conjecture theory, conjecture hypothesis, conjecture supposition, conjecture inference, conjecture surmise, conjecture speculation. Policy implications, theoretical implications, implication in research, long-term implications, practical implications, economic implications, social implications, global implications, environmental implications, ethical implications. Interfere in someone's affairs, interfere in a dispute, interfere with someone's plans, interfere with someone's life, interfere with the investigation, interfere with the process, interfere with the outcome, interfere with the results, interfere with the decision. Social stratification, economic stratification, cultural stratification, stratification of society, stratification of wealth, stratification of income, stratification of power, stratification of education. Oscillation between, oscillation of, oscillation in, oscillation around, oscillation back and forth, oscillation pattern, oscillation motion, oscillation frequency, oscillation rhythm, oscillation behavior. Correlation between variables, positive correlation, negative correlation, correlation coefficient, statistical correlation, correlation study, correlation and causation, high correlation, correlation analysis, correlation in data. Ambivalence towards, ambivalence about, ambivalence over, ambivalence regarding, ambivalence concerning, ambivalence with, ambivalence in, ambivalence towards, ambivalence between, ambivalence within. Recreation leisure, recreation activities, recreation fun, recreation relaxation, recreation enjoyment, recreation hobby, recreation pastime, recreation entertainment, recreation outdoor. Compromise on, compromise with, compromise solution, compromise agreement, compromise deal, compromise position, compromise negotiation, compromise settlement, compromise terms, compromise outcome, compromise resolution, compromise proposal, compromise decision. Procrastinate work, procrastinate task, procrastinate decision, procrastinate action, procrastinate behavior. Analogy between, analogy similarity, analogy comparison, analogy parallel, analogy likeness, analogy resemblance, analogy correlation, analogy connection, analogy relation, analogy simile, analogy metaphor. Slandered reputation, slandered accusation, slandered comment, slandered statement, slandered claim, slandered charge, slandered allegation, slandered lie, slandered defamation, slandered attack, slandered smear, slandered campaign, slandered rumor, slandered story. Travesty of justice, travesty situation, travesty comedy, travesty democracy, travesty government, travesty election, travesty politics, travesty process, travesty performance, travesty show, travesty spectacle, travesty event, travesty act, travesty parody. Conceived idea, conceived plan, conceived concept, conceived theory, conceived thought, conceived notion, conceived vision, conceived project, conceived proposal, conceived invention, conceived design, conceived creation, conceived product, conceived scheme, conceived dream. Envision future, envision imagine, envision vision, envision possibility, envision dream, envision visualize. Condolences sympathy, condolences commiseration, condolences empathy, condolences solace, condolences consolation, condolences comfort, condolences compassion, condolences support, condolences pity, condolences sorrow. Compassion empathy, compassion kindness, compassion sympathy, compassion caring, compassion understanding, compassion benevolence, compassion mercy, compassion humanity, compassion altruism, compassion tenderness. Exposure to sunlight, exposure to chemicals, exposure to radiation, exposure to risks, exposure to criticism, exposure to the elements, exposure to danger, exposure to the virus, exposure to new ideas, exposure to diversity, exposure to information, exposure to technology, exposure to art. Political zealotry, religious zealotry, ideological zealotry, zealotry for, zealotry against, zealotry movement, zealotry behavior, zealotry extremism, zealotry fanaticism, zealotry fervor, zealotry crusade. Private tuition, music tuition, language tuition, math tuition, tuition fees, tuition classes, tuition center, tuition assistance, tuition reimbursement, tuition grant, tuition subsidy. Gloat over victory, gloat over success, gloat over achievement, gloat over someone's failure, gloat over someone's misfortune, gloat over riches, gloat over fame, gloat over power, gloat over superiority. Devotion to duty, devotion to family, devotion to work, devotion to God, unwavering devotion, devotion to service, devotion to country, devotion to one's goals, devotion to learning, devotion to spiritual practice, devotion to a relationship, devotion to excellence, devotion to success. Income disparity, racial disparity, gender disparity, educational disparity, health disparity, social disparity, economic disparity, disparity in treatment, disparity in access, disparity in outcomes. Volatility market, volatility price, volatility stock, volatility currency, volatility oil, volatility gas, volatility commodity, volatility bond, volatility interest, volatility rate, volatility exchange, volatility index, volatility investor, volatility capital. Conventional wisdom, conventional methods, conventional warfare, conventional energy, conventional norms, conventional agriculture, conventional treatment, conventional thinking, conventional standards, conventional morality. Lessen the impact, lessen the pain, lessen the burden, lessen the workload, lessen the intensity, lessen the severity, lessen the stress, lessen the pressure, lessen the importance, lessen the duration.
Undermine authority, undermine confidence, undermine trust, undermine support, undermine stability. Gender parity, pay parity, wage parity, income parity, racial parity, economic parity, social parity, educational parity, gender parity in, parity between, parity with, parity among, parity for. Defray cost, defray expense, defray payment, defray. Speculation about, speculation on, speculation regarding, speculation concerning, speculation over, speculation surrounding, speculation in, speculation into, speculation as to, speculation hypothesis, speculation theory, speculation market, speculation investment, speculation economic, speculation stock, speculation based. Coherence in writing, coherence in speech, coherence in policy, coherence in thought, coherence in argument, logical coherence, coherence in planning, coherence between actions, narrative coherence, coherence in strategies, coherent argument, coherent strategy, coherent thought, coherent policy, coherent system, coherent design, coherent plan, coherent structure, coherent narrative, coherent approach. Social cohesion, team cohesion, cohesion in writing, cohesion in coherence, cohesion in communities, cohesion in ecosystems, cohesion policies, cohesion in families, cohesion in management, cultural cohesion. Distinction between, distinction among, distinction of, distinction in, distinction as, distinction from, distinction with, distinction by, distinction for, distinction over, distinction within, distinction importance, distinction significance, distinction quality, distinction feature. Time paradox, paradox of choice, twin paradox, paradox in literature, quantum paradox, historical paradox, ethical paradox, paradox of thrift, observational paradox, paradox of freedom. Revitalizing energy, revitalizing effect, revitalizing rejuvenation, revitalizing revitalization, revitalizing renewal, revitalizing refreshment, revitalizing revival, revitalizing rejuvenating. Juxtaposition of ideas, juxtaposition of images, juxtaposition of concepts, juxtaposition of colors, juxtaposition of themes, juxtaposition of styles, juxtaposition of elements, juxtaposition of opposites. Consensus opinion, consensus decision, consensus among experts, consensus building, consensus view, consensus approach, consensus agreement, consensus outcome, consensus resolution, consensus statement. Jitter nervousness, jitter anxiety, jitter agitation, jitter apprehension, jitter edginess, jitter restlessness, jitter uneasiness, jitter tremor, jitter shakiness, jitter flutter. Articulation skills, articulation of ideas, articulation of thoughts, articulation of emotions, articulation of arguments, articulation of concepts, articulation of concerns, articulation of vision, articulation of plans. Synthesis of, synthesis between, synthesis with, synthesis approach, synthesis model, synthesis framework, synthesis theory, synthesis concept, synthesis idea, synthesis method, synthesis integration. Hefty price, hefty fee, hefty cost, hefty penalty, hefty fine, hefty sum, hefty bill, hefty burden, hefty investment. Allure charm, allure attraction, allure appeal, allure seduction, allure fascination, allure enchantment, allure magnetism, allure enticement, allure captivation. Wimp coward, wimp weak, wimp timid, wimp scared, wimp chicken, wimp spineless, wimp fearful, wimp feeble, wimp gutless. Merit of, merit for, merit in, merit with, merit on, merit from, merit by, merit as, merit consideration, merit award, merit recognition, merit achievement, merit performance, merit qualification, merit scholarship, merit selection, merit criteria, merit system, merit basis. Controversy surrounding, controversy issue, controversy debate, controversy discussion, controversy topic, controversy question, controversy matter, controversy problem, controversy dispute, controversy conflict, controversy argument, controversy disagreement, controversy scandal. Drastic measures, drastic action, drastic change, drastic step, drastic reduction, drastic decline, drastic cut, drastic drop, drastic fall, drastic increase, drastic improvement, drastic effect, drastic consequence, drastic measure, drastic decision. Temerity to, temerity in, temerity with, temerity towards, temerity of, temerity for, temerity in action, temerity decision, temerity move, temerity act, temerity behavior, temerity speech. Offense insult, offense criticism, offense outrage, offense annoyance, offense irritation, offense anger, offense resentment, offense umbrage. Assertive confident, assertive self-assured, assertive bold, assertive strong, assertive determined, assertive decisive, assertive authoritative, assertive commanding, assertive assured, assertive resolute. Drought period, drought climate, drought water, drought rainfall, drought conditions. Aesthetic appeal, aesthetic beauty, aesthetic design, aesthetic value, aesthetic quality, aesthetic sense, aesthetic taste, aesthetic style, aesthetic look, aesthetic appearance, aesthetic form, aesthetic expression, aesthetic experience, aesthetic pleasure. Garner support, garner attention, garner interest, garner data, garner feedback, garner votes, garner publicity, garner recognition, garner acclaim, garner praise, garner results. Garner collect, garner gather, garner accumulate, garner amass, garner harvest, garner assemble, garner compile, garner accumulate, garner stockpile. Essence meaning, essence significance, essence core, essence nature. Intrinsic value, intrinsic nature, intrinsic quality, intrinsic property, intrinsic characteristic, intrinsic feature, intrinsic essence, intrinsic worth, intrinsic importance, intrinsic meaning, intrinsic significance, intrinsic value, intrinsic property, intrinsic factor. Fondness for, fondness towards, fondness of, fondness with, fondness and, fondness in, fondness among, fondness between, fondness beyond, fondness within, fondness without, fondness throughout, fondness despite, fondness regardless, fondness notwithstanding, fondness despite everything, fondness despite anything. Sentenced guilty, sentenced punishment, sentenced jail, sentenced prison, sentenced court, sentenced crime, sentenced verdict, sentenced appeal, sentenced convicted, sentenced sentence. Incisive analysis, incisive commentary, incisive critique, incisive observation, incisive questioning, incisive remarks, incisive remarks, incisive remarks, incisive insights, incisive perspective. Pivotal moment, pivotal role, pivotal importance, pivotal factor, pivotal decision, pivotal event, pivotal point, pivotal change, pivotal significance.
Verge edge, verge brink, verge border, verge threshold, verge limit, verge brink, verge boundary, verge precipice, verge brink. Political polemic, polemic against, polemic on, polemic with, polemic article, polemic debate, polemic speech, polemic critique, polemic literature, polemic writing, polemic tone. Bellicose attitude, bellicose behavior, bellicose rhetoric, bellicose language, bellicose tone, bellicose stance, bellicose approach, bellicose action, bellicose manner, bellicose posture, bellicose disposition. Instigate action, instigate event, instigate incident, instigate cause, instigate violence. Keen interest, keen eye, keen observer, keen sense, keen understanding, keen insight, keen awareness, keen perception, keen mind, keen intellect, keen wit, keen intelligence, keen intuition, keen judgment, keen appreciation, keen attention. Tactful communication, tactful approach, tactful diplomacy, tactful discretion, tactful negotiation, tactful handling, tactful behavior, tactful persuasion, tactful interaction, tactful management, tactful leadership, tactful resolution, tactful compromise, tactful mediation, tactful conversation, tactful intervention, tactful response. Catalyst for, catalyst to, catalyst in, catalyst of, catalyst effect, catalyst action, catalyst process, catalyst role, catalyst function, catalyst impact, catalyst development, catalyst change, catalyst transformation. Sagacity of mind, sagacity of judgment, sagacity of insight, sagacity of perception, sagacity of reasoning, sagacity of thought, sagacity of decision-making, sagacity of analysis, sagacity of understanding. Prudent decision, prudent choice, prudent move, prudent action, prudent approach, prudent strategy, prudent investment, prudent spending, prudent management, prudent planning, prudent saving, prudent use. Enthusiasm excitement, enthusiasm passion, enthusiasm energy, enthusiasm zeal, enthusiasm fervor, enthusiasm eagerness, enthusiasm spirit, enthusiasm gusto, enthusiasm fervency. Fervor passion, fervor religious, fervor political, fervor national, fervor religious, fervor fervent. Vigor energy, vigor vitality, vigor robustness, vigor vitality, vigor strength, vigor stamina, vigor power, vigor force, vigor vim, vigor pep, vigor zest. Vitality vigor, vitality energy, vitality liveliness, vitality animation, vitality dynamism, vitality vibrancy, vitality zest, vitality verve, vitality enthusiasm, vitality spirit, vitality pep. Flawed logic, flawed reasoning, flawed argument, flawed premise, flawed conclusion, flawed theory, flawed idea, flawed approach, flawed methodology, flawed concept, flawed interpretation, flawed understanding, flawed analysis, flawed design, flawed implementation, flawed execution. Devoid of, devoid any, devoid all, devoid without, devoid any, devoid substance, devoid meaning, devoid purpose, devoid emotion, devoid feeling, devoid soul, devoid life, devoid spirit, devoid joy, devoid happiness, devoid hope, devoid love, devoid passion, devoid motivation.
Astonishingly crude, crude language, crude behavior, crude vulgarity, crude rudeness, crude insensitivity, crude coarseness, crude roughness, crude bluntness, crude offensiveness, crude indelicacy, crude unrefinement, crude jokes, crude remarks, crude comments, crude gestures, crude attitude, crude demeanor, crude conduct, crude speech, fertile land, fertile soil, fertile ground, fertile region, fertile area, fertile farmland, fertile valley, fertile plains. Esoteric knowledge, esoteric subject, esoteric language, esoteric practice, esoteric tradition, esoteric concept, esoteric philosophy, esoteric teachings, esoteric understanding, esoteric meaning. Invariably present, invariably leads to, invariably results in, invariably associated with, invariably follows, invariably true, invariably observed, invariably recognized, invariably found, invariably proven. Driving impetus, impetus for change, economic impetus, innovation impetus, environmental impetus, political impetus, social impetus, technological impetus, motivational impetus, strategic impetus. Impulsive behavior, impulsive decision, impulsive action, impulsive reaction, impulsive purchase, impulsive response, impulsive move, impulsive gesture, impulsive choice, impulsive remark, impulsive decision-making, impulsive behavior, impulsive decision-making, impulsive reaction. Refutation of claim, refutation of argument, refutation of theory, refutation of hypothesis, refutation of belief, refutation of assertion, refutation of misconception, refutation of idea, refutation of opinion, refutation of viewpoint, subsidy program, subsidy support, subsidy government, subsidy assistance, subsidy financial, subsidy scheme, subsidy allocation, subsidy subsidy funding, subsidy grant. Subtle difference, subtle change, subtle effect, subtle shift, subtle nuance, subtle distinction, subtle variation, subtle implication, subtle meaning, subtle hint, subtle touch, subtle flavor, subtle scent, subtle aroma, subtle sound, subtle texture. Meticulous careful, meticulous precise, meticulous thorough, meticulous diligent, meticulous scrupulous, meticulous painstaking, meticulous attentive, meticulous exacting, meticulous fastidious, meticulous conscientious, meticulous accurate, meticulous methodical. Positive connotation, negative connotation, cultural connotation, emotional connotation, social connotation, linguistic connotation, historical connotation, personal connotation, connotation of words, changing connotations. Clue evidence, clue hint, clue clue sign, clue indication. Magnificent beautiful, magnificent splendid, magnificent grand, magnificent impressive, magnificent majestic, magnificent glorious, magnificent breathtaking, magnificent spectacular, magnificent stunning. Uterus womb, uterus pregnant, uterus female, uterus reproductive, uterus pregnancy, uterus fertility. Deter crime, deter theft, deter vandalism, deter violence, deter aggression, deter misconduct, deter behavior, deter criminal activity, deter potential, deter deterrence. Deterrent effect, nuclear deterrent, crime deterrent, deterrent measures, deterrent strategies, deterrent to theft, deterrent policy, deterrent force, economic deterrent, legal deterrent. Recession economy, recession job, recession economic, recession impact. Emblematic of, emblematic symbol, emblematic representation, emblematic significance, emblematic meaning, emblematic example, emblematic image, emblematic icon, emblematic figure, emblematic character, emblematic trait, emblematic quality, emblematic feature. Organizational ethos, community ethos, cultural ethos, ethical ethos, professional ethos, team ethos, national ethos, personal ethos, educational ethos, company ethos. Financial foresight, strategic foresight, lack of foresight, foresight in planning, foresight and innovation, foresight in business, foresight in decision-making, foresight in investment, environmental foresight, political foresight. Superfluous information, superfluous details, superfluous words, superfluous decorations, superfluous additions, superfluous features, superfluous elements, superfluous expenses, superfluous items, superfluous clutter. Predominant factor, predominant theme, predominant influence, predominant role, predominant color, predominant trend, predominant feature, predominant aspect, predominant characteristic, predominant element. Charming personality, charming smile, charming manner, charming charismatic, charming delightful, charming attractive. Cynical view, cynical attitude, cynical perspective, cynical outlook, cynical opinion, cynical belief, cynical mindset, cynical approach, cynical interpretation, cynical commentary, cynical commentary. Pickpocket theft, pickpocket thief, pickpocket pickpocket, pickpocket stolen, pickpocket stealing. Virulent disease, virulent strain, virulent infection, virulent bacteria, virulent outbreak, virulent epidemic, virulent illness, virulent pathogen, virulent virus, virulent toxin, virulent threat. Stoic indifferent, stoic unemotional, stoic impassive, stoic apathetic, stoic phlegmatic, stoic calm, stoic composed, stoic resigned, stoic long-suffering, stoic patient, stoic tolerant, captivated audience, captivated by, captivated with, captivated by the story, captivated by the performance, captivated by the music, captivated by the beauty, captivated by the mystery, captivated by the speaker. Arcane knowledge, arcane language, arcane tradition, arcane ritual, arcane practice, arcane art, arcane text, arcane symbol, arcane meaning, arcane origin, arcane history, arcane culture, arcane secret. Absurd idea, absurd notion, absurd concept, absurd theory, absurd statement, absurd argument, absurd proposal, absurd claim, absurd thought, absurd belief, absurd suggestion, absurd conclusion, absurd interpretation. Alacrity in, alacrity with, alacrity to, alacrity for, alacrity action, alacrity response, alacrity decision, alacrity move, alacrity agreement, alacrity speed, alacrity efficiency. Robbery theft, robbery robbery, robbery burglary, robbery stolen, robbery steal. Clandestine operation, clandestine affair, clandestine meeting, clandestine mission, clandestine activity, clandestine plot, clandestine arrangement, clandestine plan, clandestine deal, clandestine communication.
Prompt response, prompt action, prompt payment, prompt delivery, prompt attention, prompt service, prompt reminder. Endeavor to succeed, endeavor to improve, endeavor to excel, endeavor to overcome, endeavor to innovate, endeavor to inspire, endeavor to create, endeavor to innovate, endeavor to persevere, endeavor to thrive. Poise and grace, poise under pressure, poise and confidence, poise and composure, poise and elegance, poise and dignity, poise and control, poise and balance, poise and presence, poise and demeanor. Adverse effects, adverse conditions, adverse impact, adverse outcomes, adverse consequences, adverse reaction, adverse circumstances, adverse events, adverse reactions, adverse weather, adverse effects, adverse health, adverse reaction, adverse conditions, adverse implications. Merchandise store, merchandise shop, merchandise store, merchandise store, merchandise item, merchandise product, merchandise goods, merchandise sale, merchandise market, merchandise business, merchandise brand, merchandise store, merchandise outlet, merchandise company. Demeanor behavior, demeanor conduct, demeanor attitude, demeanor manner, demeanor appearance, demeanor bearing, demeanor presence, demeanor composure. Ubiquitous technology, ubiquitous presence, ubiquitous computing, ubiquitous connectivity, ubiquitous surveillance, ubiquitous advertising, ubiquitous influence, ubiquitous devices, ubiquitous nature, ubiquitous use, ubiquitous presence, ubiquitous use, ubiquitous technology, ubiquitous phenomenon, ubiquitous trend, ubiquitous influence. Eclectic taste, eclectic style, eclectic mix, eclectic approach, eclectic collection, eclectic art, eclectic design, eclectic decor, eclectic fashion, eclectic music, eclectic cuisine. Eclectic diverse, eclectic varied, eclectic wide-ranging, eclectic diverse, eclectic varied, eclectic broad, eclectic comprehensive, eclectic heterogeneous, eclectic assorted, eclectic mixed. Holistic approach, holistic view, holistic perspective, holistic healing, holistic education, holistic medicine, holistic therapy, holistic care, holistic management, holistic philosophy, holistic lifestyle. Holistic comprehensive, holistic integrated, holistic complete, holistic total, holistic entire, holistic overall, holistic unified, holistic systemic, holistic all-encompassing, holistic interconnected, holistic interrelated, holistic interdisciplinary, holistic multidisciplinary. Anomaly in, anomaly of, anomaly with, anomaly as, anomaly occurrence, anomaly event, anomaly phenomenon, anomaly occurrence, anomaly behavior, anomaly pattern, anomaly detection, anomaly detection. Vicious attack, vicious assault, vicious behavior, vicious criticism, vicious cycle, vicious cycle, vicious circle, vicious remark, vicious rumor, vicious gossip, vicious rumor. Prerequisite for success, prerequisite courses, prerequisite skills, prerequisite knowledge, educational prerequisite, prerequisite condition, legal prerequisite, prerequisite requirement, prerequisite understanding, prerequisite experience. Nefarious deeds, nefarious activities, nefarious acts, nefarious schemes, nefarious plot, nefarious intentions, nefarious behavior, nefarious criminal, nefarious villain. Rib bend muscle, rib bend injury, rib bend pain, rib bend soreness, rib bend strain, rib bend bruise, rib bend discomfort. Doubt uncertainty, doubt question, doubt skepticism, doubt disbelief, doubt lack, doubt confidence. Qualm conscience, qualm doubt, qualm hesitation, qualm misgiving, qualm reservation, qualm concern, qualm apprehension, qualms.
Heinous crime, heinous act, heinous offense, heinous atrocity, heinous murder, heinous assault, heinous abuse, heinous violence, heinous wrongdoing, heinous behavior, heinous deed, heinous incident, heinous act, heinous behavior, heinous crime, heinous sin. Veracity of, veracity in, veracity with, veracity about, veracity regarding, veracity concerning, veracity claim, veracity statement, veracity report, veracity information, veracity evidence, veracity data. Resonate with, resonate deeply, resonate emotionally, resonate with meaning, resonate with significance, resonate with the audience, resonate with the community, resonate with the public, resonate with the readers. Candor in, candor with, candor about, candor regarding, candor concerning, candor towards, candor to, candor with, candor speech, candor discussion, candor communication, candor conversation, candor expression. Explicit instruction, explicit content, explicit language, explicit detail, explicit consent, explicit agreement, explicit statement, explicitly stated, explicitly clear, explicitly written, explicitly defined, explicitly understood. Traits characteristics, traits qualities, traits attributes, traits features, traits personality, traits behavior, traits individual, traits genetic, traits inherited, traits distinctive. Depict image, depict scene, depict painting, depict portrayal, depict representation. Deleterious effect, deleterious impact, deleterious consequence, deleterious result, deleterious influence, deleterious action, deleterious behavior, deleterious substance, deleterious chemical, deleterious substance. Enormous amount, enormous size, enormous scale, enormous impact, enormous effect, enormous cost, enormous price, enormous expense, enormous task, enormous challenge, enormous problem, enormous undertaking. Imperative action, imperative need, imperative measure, imperative step, imperative task, imperative role. Evicted from, evicted out, evicted apartment, evicted home, evicted property, evicted building, evicted house, evicted tenant, evicted residence, evicted family, evicted landlord, evicted eviction, evicted notice, evicted property, evicted dwelling, evicted residence. Expelled from, expelled out, expelled school, expelled student, expelled country, expelled nation, expelled university, expelled city, expelled state, expelled home, expelled workplace, expelled organization. Peripheral vision, peripheral device, peripheral equipment, peripheral area, peripheral region, peripheral part, peripheral nerve, peripheral artery, peripheral road, peripheral location, peripheral aspect. Aspiration to, aspiration for, aspiration towards, aspiration of, aspiration in, aspiration as, aspiration dream, aspiration goal, aspiration ambition, aspiration achievement, aspiration fulfillment, aspiration success. Spectrum range, spectrum colors, spectrum light, spectrum autism, spectrum visible, spectrum different. Emerging phenomenon, phenomenological study, explain a phenomenon, observing phenomena, rare phenomenon, global phenomenon, natural phenomena, cultural phenomena, psychological phenomenon, technological phenomenon. Transient temporary, transient passing, transient momentary, transient short-lived, transient ephemeral, transient brief, transient fleeting, transient evanescent, transient short-term, transient brief. Disgrace shame, disgrace dishonor, disgrace humiliation, disgrace embarrassment, disgrace outrage, disgrace scandal, disgrace stain, disgrace condemnation, disgrace disgrace. Encumbrance burden, encumbrance obstacle, encumbrance hindrance, encumbrance impediment, encumbrance barrier, encumbrance limitation, encumbrance encumbrance, encumbrance trouble. Susceptible influence, susceptible to, susceptible damage, susceptible infection, susceptible susceptible, susceptible vulnerable, susceptible susceptible, susceptible impact. Find solace, provide solace, offer solace, seek solace, solace in grief, solace in sorrow, solace in music, solace in nature, solace in memories, solace in friendship, solace in prayer. Parched dry, parched desert, parched thirsty, parched hot, parched earth, parched mouth. Obstacle course, obstacle race, obstacle challenge, obstacle training, obstacle event, obstacle run, obstacle track, obstacle race, obstacle game, obstacle marathon, obstacle competition, obstacle parkour, obstacle climbing, obstacle navigation, obstacle sport. Sterile environment, sterile condition, sterile equipment, sterile instrument, sterile surface, sterile procedure, sterile technique, sterile product, sterile packaging, sterile room, sterile area, sterile laboratory. Remedy cure, remedy treatment, remedy medication, remedy therapy, remedy solution, remedy antidote, remedy fix, remedy relief, remedy medication, remedy healing, remedy panacea. Pragmatic approach, pragmatic solution, pragmatic policy, pragmatic decision, pragmatic leader, pragmatic thinking, pragmatic measures, pragmatic stance, pragmatic strategy, pragmatic view, political pragmatism, pragmatism over ideology, pragmatism in action, pragmatism versus idealism, pragmatism versus principle, pragmatism approach, pragmatism philosophy, pragmatism perspective, pragmatism strategy. Profound impact, profound effect, profound change, profound difference, profound consequence, profound meaning, profound insight, profound wisdom, profound thought, profound idea, profound statement, profound understanding, profound realization, profound knowledge. Profound changes, profound effect, profoundly different, profound wisdom, profound insights, profound implications, profound respect, profound experience, profoundly moving, profound understanding. Profundity of wisdom, profundity of insight, profundity of understanding, profundity of thought, profundity of emotion, profundity of feeling, profundity of experience, profundity of analysis, profundity of observation. Cuddle hug, cuddle warmth, cuddle affection, cuddle comfort, cuddle embrace. Adamant refusal, adamant stance, adamant opposition, adamant insistence, adamant belief, adamant demand, adamant refusal, adamant denial. Tenacious attitude, tenacious pursuit, tenacious persistence, tenacious determination, tenacious resolve, tenacious perseverance, tenacious grit, tenacious resilience, tenacious spirit, tenacious grip, tenacious dedication, tenacious loyalty, tenacious effort, tenacious focus, tenacious commitment, tenacious drive, tenacious ambition. Scolded behavior, scolded child, scolded employee, scolded for, scolded by parent, scolded for disobedience, scolded for being late, scolded for mistakes, scolded for not listening, scolded for poor performance, scolded for insubordination. Truant student, truant behavior, truant child, truant teenager, truant absence, truant school, truant prevention, truant intervention, truant skipping, truant truancy. Abstruse language, abstruse concept, abstruse theory, abstruse topic, abstruse text, abstruse work, abstruse discussion, abstruse subject, abstruse explanation, abstruse reasoning, abstruse argument. Cryptic message, cryptic clue, cryptic remark, cryptic response, cryptic language, cryptic symbol, cryptic code, cryptic signal, cryptic communication, cryptic text, cryptic writing, cryptic meaning. Vague idea, vague concept, vague notion, vague memory, vague understanding, vague description, vague meaning, vague sense, vague feeling, vague impression. Alimentary nutritional, alimentary dietary, alimentary food, alimentary sustenance, alimentary nourishment, alimentary feeding, alimentary digestion, alimentary ingestion, alimentary intake, alimentary absorption. Dietary food, dietary nutrition, dietary intake, dietary consumption, dietary regimen, dietary regime, dietary plan, dietary program, dietary requirements, dietary guidelines, dietary habits. Eccentricity of behavior, eccentricity of style, eccentricity of design, eccentricity of character, eccentricity of personality, eccentricity of appearance, eccentricity of thought, eccentricity of taste, eccentricity of ideas. Instinctive behavior, instinctive reaction, instinctive response, instinctive urge, instinctive survival, instincts. Guise appearance, guise semblance, guise pretense, guise facade, guise mask, guise front, guise cover, guise disguise, guise camouflage. Linguistic ambiguity, moral ambiguity, legal ambiguity, ambiguity in communication, ambiguity in literature, ambiguity in language, ambiguity in instructions, ambiguity in decision-making, ambiguity in expression, ambiguity in perception. Flippant remark, flippant attitude, flippant comment, flippant response, flippant tone, flippant behavior, flippant casual, flippant disrespectful, flippant irreverent, flippant insincere. Indecisive decision, indecisive action, indecisive behavior, indecisive person, indecisive moment, indecisive situation, indecisive outcome, indecisive stance, indecisive attitude, indecisive verdict, indecisive conclusion, indecisive resolution, indecisive deliberation, indecisive uncertainty, indecisive ambivalence. Unforeseen ways, unforeseen unexpected, unforeseen unforeseeable, unforeseen unanticipated, unforeseen unpredicted, unforeseen unplanned, unforeseen unforeseen event, unforeseen unforeseen circumstance, unforeseen unforeseen consequence, unforeseen unforeseen occurrence, unforeseen unforeseen incident. Hapless victim, hapless situation, hapless hapless unfortunate, hapless unlucky. Utilitarian design, utilitarian approach, utilitarian philosophy, utilitarian function, utilitarian purpose, utilitarian aesthetics, utilitarian value, utilitarian style, utilitarian product, utilitarian solution. Outrageous behavior, outrageous act, outrageous statement, outrageous conduct, outrageous remark, outrageous claim, outrageous allegation, outrageous insult, outrageous scandal. Dissect analyze, dissect examine, dissect study, dissect breakdown, dissect. Leisure activities, leisure time, leisure pursuits, leisure lifestyle, leisure industry, leisure destination, leisure options, leisure facilities, leisure centers, leisure entertainment, leisure opportunities, leisure travel, leisure relaxation, leisure enjoyment, leisure pastime. Serendipity moment, serendipity discovery, serendipity encounter, serendipity occurrence, serendipity event, serendipity experience, serendipity finding, serendipity accident, serendipity stroke of luck. Hypothesis test, hypothesis testing, hypothesis experiment, hypothesis study, hypothesis research, hypothesis theory, hypothesis development, hypothesis formulation, hypothesis prediction, hypothesis investigation, hypothesis conclusion, hypothesis result, hypothesis analysis. Idiosyncratic behavior, idiosyncratic style, idiosyncratic taste, idiosyncratic personality, idiosyncratic habit, idiosyncratic trait, idiosyncratic mannerism, idiosyncratic feature, idiosyncratic characteristic. Idiosyncratic individual, idiosyncratic unique, idiosyncratic distinctive, idiosyncratic peculiar, idiosyncratic eccentric, idiosyncratic quirky, idiosyncratic odd, idiosyncratic particular, idiosyncratic personal. Discernment in choices, discernment of quality, moral discernment, discernment in decision-making, discernment in relationships, discernment in business, discernment in art, discernment in literature, discernment in leadership, spiritual discernment. Efficacy of treatment, efficacy of therapy, efficacy of medication, efficacy of vaccine, efficacy of intervention, efficacy of program, efficacy of strategy, efficacy of approach, efficacy of technique, efficacy of method. Efficacy of treatment, clinical efficacy, efficacy studies, efficacy and safety, efficacy in education, efficacy of vaccines, efficacy of methods, efficacy of interventions, therapeutic efficacy, efficacy in public health.
Notion idea, notion concept, notion belief, notion understanding, notion perception. Recoupable expenses, recoupable losses, recoupable investments, recoupable damages, recoupable costs, recoupable funds, recoupable fees, recoupable charges, recoupable outlays, recoupable capital. Viable solution, viable option, viable strategy, viable alternative, viable plan, viable approach, viable business model, viable product, viable technology, viable candidate, viable investment, viable project. Viable option, viable solution, viable alternative, viable plan, viable strategy. Digestible easily, digestible information, digestible food, digestible easily, digestible process, digestible easily, digestible easily. Draconian measures, draconian law, draconian punishment, draconian policy, draconian action, draconian rule, draconian regulation, draconian restriction, draconian control, draconian crackdown, draconian enforcement. Grip hold, grip grasp, grip strength, grip control, grip firm, grip tight, grip hand, grip fingers, grip grip. Sanctify by, sanctify with, sanctify in, sanctify through, sanctify act, sanctify ceremony, sanctify ritual, sanctify prayer, sanctify life, sanctify spirit, sanctify soul, sanctify love, sanctify union, sanctify marriage, sanctify vow, sanctify sacrament, sanctify pledge. Mental fortitude, emotional fortitude, moral fortitude, physical fortitude, inner strength, inner resilience, inner determination, inner courage, inner resolve, inner perseverance. Debacle of, debacle in, debacle at, debacle for, debacle situation, debacle aftermath, debacle result, debacle outcome, debacle disaster, debacle crisis, debacle failure, debacle defeat, debacle collapse. Adequate amount, adequate supply, adequate resources, adequate level, adequate quality, adequate standard, adequate provision, adequate funding, adequate support. Latent dormant, latent potential, latent hidden, latent concealed, latent undiscovered, latent unexpressed, latent unrealized, latent underlying, latent implicit, latent veiled. Bruise on, bruise from, bruise under, bruise arm, bruise leg, bruise face, bruise body, bruise skin, bruise bone, bruise muscle, bruise tissue, bruise contusion, bruise injury, bruise impact, bruise accident, bruise pain, bruise swelling, bruise discoloration, bruise mark. Altruistic behavior, altruistic act, altruistic motive, altruistic gesture, altruistic deed, altruistic action, altruistic spirit, altruistic nature, altruistic attitude, altruistic intention, altruistic impulse, altruistic character, altruistic value, altruistic principle, altruistic quality, competent capable, competent skilled, competent competent, competent proficient, competent qualified, competent able, competent effective, competent experienced, competent talented, competent knowledgeable. Indisputable evidence, indisputable fact, indisputable truth, indisputable proof, indisputable argument, indisputable conclusion, indisputable authority, indisputable record, indisputable logic. Indisputable reality, indisputable validity, indisputable authenticity, indisputable certainty. Indispensable tool, indispensable resource, indispensable part, indispensable asset, indispensable role, indispensable to success, indispensable element, indispensable for growth, indispensable in society. Indispensable skills. Inevitable consequence, inevitable result, inevitable outcome, inevitable conclusion, inevitable fate, inevitable destiny, inevitable occurrence, inevitable event, inevitable development, inevitable process. Inevitable change, inevitable fact, inevitable reality. Insatiable appetite, insatiable desire, insatiable hunger, insatiable thirst, insatiable greed, insatiable curiosity, insatiable craving, insatiable longing, insatiable insatiability. Invincible unbeatable, invincible unstoppable, invincible indestructible, invincible impervious, invincible indomitable, invincible undefeated, invincible unassailable, invincible unbreakable, invincible impregnable, invincible bulletproof. Irrepressible energy, irrepressible enthusiasm, irrepressible spirit, irrepressible joy, irrepressible laughter, irrepressible optimism, irrepressible desire, irrepressible creativity, irrepressible curiosity, irrepressible excitement, irrepressible passion, irrepressible love. Indelible mark, indelible memory, indelible impression, indelible impact, indelible legacy, indelible experience, indelible image, indelible stain, indelible scars, indelible evidence, indelible influence. Ineffable beauty, ineffable joy, ineffable sadness, ineffable experience, ineffable quality, ineffable love, ineffable feeling, ineffable moment, ineffable wonder, ineffable happiness, ineffable mystery. Placards protest, placards sign, placards demonstration, placards banner, placards rally, placards message, placards slogan, placards poster, placards march, placards event, placards campaign, placards display, placards board, placards parade. Placards activism. Apathy towards, apathy about, apathy over, apathy regarding, apathy concerning, apathy with, apathy in, apathy towards, apathy for, apathy from, apathy among, apathy amidst, apathy feeling, apathy emotion. Benign tumor, benign smile, benign neglect, benign condition, benign growth, benign environment, benign influence, benign climate, benign effect, benign intervention, benign personality, benign presence. Benign gentle, benign kind, benign mild, benign compassionate, benign friendly, benign sympathetic, benign generous, benign gracious, benign tender, benign warm. Heralded the arrival of, heralded the beginning of, heralded the start of, heralded the onset of, heralded the dawn of, heralded the advent of, heralded the emergence of, heralded the introduction of, heralded the appearance of, heralded the birth of, heralded the rise of, heralded the commencement of. Prosecuted crime, prosecuted offender, prosecuted perpetrator, prosecuted suspect, prosecuted case, prosecuted individual, prosecuted legal, prosecuted charged, prosecuted convicted. Sopping wet, sopping with, sopping through, sopping down, sopping up, sopping soaked, sopping drenched, sopping dripping, sopping saturated, sopping soaked through, sopping saturated, sopping dripping wet, sopping thoroughly wet, sopping waterlogged, sopping soppy, sopping drenched to the bone, sopping drenched to the skin. Resolve a dilemma, strategic dilemma, present a dilemma, navigating dilemmas, personal dilemma, philosophical dilemma, professional dilemma, ethical decision-making dilemma, analyzing dilemmas, dilemma in leadership. Financial predicament, ethical predicament, legal predicament, social predicament, personal predicament, professional predicament, political predicament, moral predicament, predicament of choice, predicament in relationships. Dire urgent, dire critical, dire desperate, dire grave, dire severe, dire extreme, dire drastic, dire pressing, dire acute, dire serious. Intriguing study, intrigue interest, intrigue curiosity, intrigue fascination, intrigue mystery, intrigue plot, intrigue espionage, intrigue suspense, intrigue conspiracy, intrigue. Initiative take, initiative leadership, initiative show, initiative new, initiative local, initiative government. Auspicious start, auspicious sign, auspicious beginning, auspicious omen, auspicious occasion, auspicious event, auspicious timing, auspicious future, auspicious opportunity, auspicious moment, auspicious future. Quixotic idealistic, quixotic romantic, quixotic visionary, quixotic dreamy, quixotic unrealistic, quixotic impractical, quixotic impracticable, quixotic utopian, quixotic visionary, quixotic impractical. Entrenched position, entrenched belief, entrenched power, entrenched system, entrenched practice, entrenched culture, entrenched tradition, entrenched behavior, entrenched mindset. Reticent about, reticent to, reticent on, reticent with, reticent in, reticent regarding, reticent concerning, reticent towards, reticent to discuss, reticent to reveal, reticent to share. Reluctant reluctant, reluctant hesitant, reluctant unwilling, reluctant resistant. Concomitant with, concomitant effect, concomitant factor, concomitant phenomenon, concomitant issue, concomitant problem, concomitant cause, concomitant consequence, concomitant condition, concomitant event. Burgeoning costs, burgeoning growing, burgeoning expanding, burgeoning thriving, burgeoning flourishing, burgeoning prospering, burgeoning growth, burgeoning development, burgeoning expansion, burgeoning progress, burgeoning rise. Lenient punishment, lenient sentence, lenient judge, lenient law, lenient policy, lenient approach, lenient parent, lenient teacher, lenient rule, lenient standard, lenient regulation, lenient requirement, lenient attitude, lenient behavior, lenient practice. Kindred family, kindred kind, kindred soul, kindred spirit, kindred relative, kindred kinship, kindred bond, kindred connection, kindred affinity, kindred relationship. Home intruder, intruder alert, intruder alarm, intruder detection, intruder caught, intruder prevention, intruder trespassing, intruder security, intruder warning, intruder surveillance, intruder deterrent, intruder apprehension. Intruder identification, intruder investigation. Nagging behavior, nagging partner, nagging feeling, nagging doubt, nagging thought, nagging voice, nagging sensation, nagging pain, nagging worry, nagging complaint, nagging problem. Jaded cynical, jaded weary, jaded disillusioned, jaded tired, jaded bored, jaded disenchanted, jaded apathetic, jaded indifferent, jaded blasé, jaded world-weary. Pompous attitude, pompous behavior, pompous manner, pompous speech, pompous tone, pompous language, pompous style, pompous air, pompous self-importance, pompous arrogance, pompous vanity, pompous pretension, pompous affectation, pompous display, pompous demeanor, pompous bearing. Myriad options, myriad possibilities, myriad challenges, myriad benefits, myriad opportunities, myriad applications, myriad choices, myriad factors, myriad variables, myriad ways, myriad considerations. Versatile skills, versatile performer, versatile capabilities, versatile nature, versatile adaptability, versatile talent, versatile expertise, versatile versatility, versatile application, versatile capacity, versatile knowledge, versatile experience, versatile solutions, versatile background, versatile perspective, versatile mindset, versatile approach. Spectator sport, spectator view, spectator seat, spectator experience, spectator engagement, spectator entertainment, spectator participation, spectator excitement, spectator attendance, spectator perspective. Mutinous behavior, mutinous crew, mutinous soldiers, mutinous sailors, mutinous troops, mutinous rebellion, mutinous uprising. Outstanding performance, outstanding achievement, outstanding work, outstanding effort, outstanding result, outstanding success, outstanding contribution, outstanding talent, outstanding ability, outstanding skill, outstanding leader. Outstanding student, outstanding player. Attentive to, attentive towards, attentive of, attentive with, attentive care, attentive listening, attentive focus, attentive detail, attentive observation, attentive watch, attentive eye, attentive ear, attentive mind, attentive manner, attentive attitude, attentive behavior. Diverse range, diverse variety, diverse different, diverse diverse, diverse broad, diverse wide, diverse varied, diverse assorted, diverse extensive, diverse heterogeneous. Diversification strategy, business diversification, investment diversification, economic diversification, diversification of resources, diversification in agriculture, risk diversification, portfolio diversification. Market diversification, diversification benefits. Diversify portfolio, diversify investments, diversify economy, diversify products, diversify services, diversify sources, diversify offerings, diversify income, diversify strategies, diversify markets. Mental tenacity, emotional tenacity, physical tenacity, intellectual tenacity, creative tenacity, professional tenacity, moral tenacity, spiritual tenacity, personal tenacity, relentless tenacity. Prolific writer, prolific artist, prolific period, prolific researcher, prolific inventor, prolific output, prolific career, prolific growth, prolific production, prolific contributor.
Contentious issue, contentious debate, contentious topic, contentious argument, contentious question, contentious policy, contentious issue, contentious matter, contentious proposal, contentious statement, contentious issue, contentious decision, contentious issue, contentious issue. Provocative question, provocative statement, provocative idea, provocative artwork, provocative image, provocative behavior, provocative discussion, provocative topic, provocative content, provocative material. Musical repertoire, theatrical repertoire, repertoire of skills, repertoire expansion, dance repertoire, repertoire development, repertoire of techniques, repertoire of services, repertoire of solutions, repertoire of knowledge, repertoire skills, repertoire knowledge, repertoire music, repertoire songs, repertoire dance, repertoire artist, repertoire performance, repertoire techniques. Clique behavior, clique mentality, high school clique, social clique, workplace clique, clique dynamics, clique formation, clique influence, clique politics, clique exclusion, clique pressure, clique solidarity, clique loyalty, clique allegiance. Recruiter job, recruiter position, recruiter agency, recruiter responsibilities, corporate recruiter, recruiter skills, recruiter techniques, recruiter interview, recruiter network, recruiter qualifications, recruiter professionalism, recruiter expertise, recruiter screening. Impartial judge, impartial decision, impartial investigation, impartial viewpoint, impartial observer, impartial assessment, impartial hearing, impartial analysis, impartial manner, impartial jury, impartial mediator, impartial review, impartial evaluation, impartial perspective. Affectionate gesture, affectionate behavior, affectionate pet, affectionate relationship, affectionate bond, affectionate touch, affectionate care, affectionate love, affectionate kindness, affectionate warmth, affectionate compassion, affectionate embrace. Awkward situation, awkward moment, awkward silence, awkward pause, awkward conversation, awkward encounter, awkward interaction, awkward meeting, awkward exchange, awkward gesture, awkward movement, awkward position, awkward feeling, awkward experience, awkward time. Cronyism in politics, cronyism in business, cronyism in hiring, cronyism in promotions, cronyism in appointments, cronyism in decision-making, cronyism in leadership, cronyism in management, cronyism in governance. Hectic schedule, hectic lifestyle, hectic pace, hectic day, hectic life, hectic work, hectic week, hectic activity, hectic city. Dedicated effort, dedicated commitment, dedicated work, dedicated service, dedicated time, dedicated team, dedicated support, dedicated staff, dedicated individual, dedicated employee. Proponent argument, proponent advocate, proponent view, proponent theory, proponent support, proponent believe. Deliberate action, deliberate decision, deliberate choice, deliberate move, deliberate intention, deliberate purpose, deliberate planning, deliberate thoughtful, deliberate careful. Cognizant of surroundings, cognizant of risks, cognizant of implications, cognizant of responsibilities, cognizant of changes, cognizant of effects, cognizant of needs, cognizant of opportunities, cognizant of issues. Lucrative business, lucrative career, lucrative opportunity, lucrative deal, lucrative investment, lucrative market, lucrative venture, lucrative profession, lucrative field, lucrative offer. Versatility in skills, versatility of use, versatility in technology, professional versatility, versatility in sports, versatility in applications, versatility in design, versatility of materials, versatility in performance, versatility in roles. Congested area, congested city, congested road, congested street, congested traffic, congested highway, congested urban area. Irritating behavior, irritating noise, irritating sound, irritating sound, irritating habit, irritating habit, irritating manner, irritating tone, irritating voice, irritating sensation, irritating feeling, irritating thing, irritating person, irritating situation, irritating smell, irritating taste. Peeve annoyance, peeve irritation, peeve pet, peeve personal, peeve minor, peeve major, peeve common. Conducive environment, conducive to learning, conducive to health, conducive to growth, conducive to creativity, conducive to success, conducive to relaxation, conducive conditions, conducive atmosphere, conducive to innovation. Autonomous vehicle, autonomous decision-making, autonomous region, autonomous organization, autonomous individuals, autonomous system, autonomous operation, autonomous control, autonomous behavior, autonomous learning, autonomous navigation, autonomous exploration. Delight in something, delight in doing something, delight in the beauty, delight in the moment, delight in the experience, delight in the company, delight in the flavor, delight in the outcome, delight in the surprise, delight in the discovery. Prevalent trends, prevalent diseases, prevalent attitudes, prevalent practices, prevalent in society, prevalent beliefs, prevalent technology, prevalent issues, prevalent methods, prevalent culture. Prevalent in, prevalent among, prevalent within, prevalent at, prevalent across, prevalent throughout, prevalent condition, prevalent problem, prevalent issue, prevalent trend, prevalent practice, prevalent phenomenon. Derivative product, derivative work, derivative idea, derivative concept, derivative equation, derivative formula, derivative market, derivative instrument, derivative strategy, derivative asset, derivative portfolio. enterprise software, enterprise solutions, enterprise development, enterprise architecture, enterprise management, enterprise level, enterprise initiative, enterprise growth, enterprise strategy, enterprise sector, enterprise culture. Nauseous feeling, nauseous sensation, nauseous smell, nauseous taste, nauseous odor, nauseous stomach, nauseous reaction, nauseous food, nauseous experience, nauseous air, nauseous atmosphere, nauseous fumes, nauseous aroma, nauseous sensation, nauseous discomfort. Detrimental effect, detrimental impact, detrimental consequence, detrimental result, detrimental influence, detrimental outcome, detrimental consequence, detrimental harm, detrimental danger, detrimental risk, detrimental damage, detrimental disadvantage, detrimental drawback, detrimental downside. Fallacious argument, fallacious erroneous, fallacious false, fallacious untrue, fallacious incorrect, fallacious wrong, fallacious flawed, fallacious misleading, fallacious deceptive, fallacious deceptive, fallacious unfounded, fallacious invalid. Personal pursuits, professional pursuits, academic pursuits, creative pursuits, intellectual pursuits, recreational pursuits, athletic pursuits, career pursuits, educational pursuits, artistic pursuits. Cognitive development, cognitive abilities, cognitive function, cognitive processes, cognitive neuroscience, cognitive psychology, cognitive impairment, cognitive decline, cognitive assessment, cognitive science. Scented candles, scented oils, scented perfume, scented soap, scented lotion, scented air, scented flowers, scented products, scented room, scented bath, scented fragrance, scented scent, scented spray, scented powder, scented detergent, scented body, scented aroma, scented skin. Intricate design, intricate pattern, intricate detail, intricate work, intricate artwork, intricate carving, intricate mechanism, intricate structure, intricate piece, intricate system, intricate process, intricate weaving, intricate technique, intricate construction. Nuanced approach, nuanced understanding, nuanced analysis, nuanced interpretation, nuanced view, nuanced portrayal, nuanced perspective, nuanced argument, nuanced discussion, nuanced description, nuanced response. Selection criterion, evaluation criterion, criterion for success, criterion of quality, criterion for judgment, criterion for assessment, criterion for eligibility, criterion for comparison, criterion for acceptance, criterion for analysis. Expat life, expat community, expat experience, expat culture, expat country, expat abroad, expat living, expat adventure, expat journey, expat relocation, expat work, expat job, expat visa, expat residency, expat status, expat citizenship, expat travel. Nourishing nutritious, nourishing wholesome, nourishing healthy, nourishing beneficial, nourishing vital, nourishing sustaining, nourishing enriching, nourishing fortifying, nourishing invigorating, nourishing strengthening.
Immersive experience, immersive environment, immersive technology, immersive gameplay, immersive learning, immersive virtual reality, immersive simulation, immersive entertainment, immersive storytelling, immersive education, immersive training, immersive content, immersive world. Abrupt change, abrupt transition, abrupt departure, abrupt ending, abrupt halt, abrupt stop, abrupt shift. Predator-prey, predator-animal, predator-species, predator behavior, predator hunting, predator attack, predator instinct, predator survival, predator ecosystem, predator environment, predator adaptation, predator control, predator defense, predator strategy, predator protection. Jubilant mood, jubilant celebration, jubilant victory, jubilant crowd, jubilant atmosphere, jubilant dance, jubilant applause, jubilant laughter, jubilant singing, jubilant cheering, jubilant exuberance, jubilant camaraderie. Elaborate design, elaborate scheme, elaborate detail, elaborate explanation, elaborate plan, elaborate process, elaborate structure, elaborate costume, elaborate strategy, elaborate methodology. excerpt book, excerpt chapter, excerpt passage, excerpt quote, excerpt text, excerpt article, excerpt paragraph, excerpt section, excerpt piece, excerpt selection, excerpt reading, excerpt writing, excerpt document, excerpt paper, excerpt manuscript, excerpt document. Sacred religious, sacred sacred, sacred holy, sacred spiritual, sacred reverence. Compelling argument, compelling evidence, compelling reason, compelling case, compelling story, compelling narrative, compelling testimony, compelling example, compelling research, compelling data, compelling findings, compelling results, compelling analysis, compelling conclusion. Odious crime, odious act, odious behavior, odious deed, odious regime, odious dictatorship, odious violence, odious oppression, odious practice, odious belief, odious attitude, odious speech, odious language, odious person, odious figure, odious character, odious individual. Adjunct professor, adjunct faculty, adjunct lecturer, adjunct instructor, adjunct researcher, adjunct staff. Expediency of action, expediency of decision, expediency of choice, expediency of approach, expediency of solution, expediency of method, expediency of measures, expediency of policy, expediency of behavior. Adherent follower, adherent supporter, adherent believer, adherent disciple, adherent devotee, adherent advocate, adherent loyalist, adherent partisan, adherent fan. Possession of, possession by, possession with, possession in, possession at, possession over, possession property, possession control, possession power, possession wealth, possession asset, possession land. Replete full, replete filled, replete stocked, replete loaded, replete overflowing, replete brimming, replete abundant, replete packed, replete teeming, replete jam-packed, replete crammed. Feasible solution, feasible option, feasible plan, feasible approach, feasible strategy, feasible idea, feasible project, feasible goal, feasible outcome, feasible target. Feasible possible, feasible achievable, feasible viable, feasible practical, feasible attainable, feasible doable, feasible workable, feasible realistic, feasible manageable, feasible practicable. Droning voice, droning speech, droning lecture, droning presentation, droning sound, droning noise, droning music, droning conversation, droning monologue, droning tone, droning style. Drab color, drab dull, drab boring, drab dreary, drab uninspiring. Ecstatic joy, ecstatic happiness, ecstatic celebration, ecstatically happy, ecstatically thrilled, ecstatically grateful, ecstatically amazed, ecstatically surprised, ecstatically moved, ecstatically overjoyed, ecstatically delighted, ecstatically euphoric. Curriculum syllabus, curriculum program, curriculum course, curriculum education, curriculum study, curriculum training, curriculum lessons, curriculum modules, curriculum subjects, curriculum material, curriculum content, curriculum coursework, curriculum lesson plan.
Obsolete outdated, obsolete old-fashioned, obsolete outmoded, obsolete antiquated, obsolete archaic, obsolete antiquated, obsolete old, obsolete passé, obsolete ancient, obsolete superannuated. Abandoned traditions, abandoned deserted, abandoned forsaken, abandoned derelict, abandoned neglected, abandoned discarded, abandoned relinquished, abandoned cast off, abandoned disused, abandoned forgotten, abandoned unoccupied, abandoned hope, abandoned project, abandoned ship, abandoned plan, abandon, courteous behavior, courteous manner, courteous treatment, courteous service, courteous gesture, courteous polite, courteous professional, courteous respectful, courteous friendly, courtesy kindness, courtesy respect, courtesy politeness, courtesy gesture, courtesy manners, courtesy consideration, courtesy professional, courtesy friendly, courtesy hospitality. Obsessed with, obsessed fan, obsessed love, obsessed behavior, obsessed person, obsessed crush, obsessed idea, obsessed obsession, obsessed obsession. Succinct concise, succinct brief, succinct terse, succinct laconic, succinct compact, succinct pithy, succinct to the point, succinct crisp, succinct curt, succinct short, revered respected, revered admired, revered figure, revered leader, revered revered, revered revered, revered revered. parade ground, parade route, parade street, parade march, parade festival, parade event, parade ceremony, parade day, parade float, parade car, parade vehicle, parade band, parade music, parade performance, parade celebration, parade spectacle, parade crowd. Aptitude for learning, aptitude test, mathematical aptitude, aptitude in music, language aptitude, technical aptitude, aptitude for science, aptitude for art, leadership aptitude, physical aptitude. Predilection for, predilection towards, predilection of, predilection to, predilection against, predilection in favor of, predilection against, predilection toward, predilection about, predilection regarding. Propensity for risk, propensity to innovate, propensity for violence, propensity to learn, propensity for change, consumer propensity, propensity to save, propensity for aggression, propensity in behavior, propensity towards generosity. Tendencies behavior, tendencies trend, tendencies pattern, tendencies characteristic, tendencies trait, tendencies inclination, tendencies predisposition, tendencies habit, tendencies nature, tendencies tendency, tendencies inclination, tendencies habit, tendencies instinct, tendencies drift. Ripened fruit, ripened cheese, ripened age, ripened maturity, ripened harvest, ripened tomato. Immediate consequences, long-term consequences, unintended consequences, economic consequences, social consequences, environmental consequences, political consequences, legal consequences, personal consequences, global consequences. Contrition for, contrition over, contrition about, contrition towards, contrition with, contrition apology, contrition regret, contrition remorse, contrition guilt, contrition shame, contrition penance, contrition apology. Remorse feeling, remorse guilt, remorse regret, remorse sorrow, remorse apology, remorse action, remorse behavior. Feud family, feud dispute, feud conflict, feud rivalry, feud enmity, feud hostility, feud. Deployment resources, deployment troops, deployment technology, deployment strategy, deployment plan, deployment military, deployment software, deployment system, deployment equipment. Dearth of, dearth in, dearth for, dearth among, dearth from, dearth at, dearth issue, dearth problem, dearth concern, dearth resource, dearth supply, dearth food, dearth water, dearth jobs, dearth housing. Rebuttal argument, rebuttal evidence, rebuttal statement, rebuttal response, rebuttal to criticism, rebuttal to accusation, rebuttal to claim, rebuttal to allegation, rebuttal to argument, rebuttal to theory. Nuance subtlety, nuance shade, nuance hint, nuance suggestion, nuance implication, nuance overtone, nuance gradation, nuance variation, nuance distinction, nuance fine distinction, subtle nuance, nuance in language, nuance of meaning, nuance in art, nuance in music, cultural nuances, emotional nuances, legal nuances, nuance in expression, nuance in perception. Pristine condition, pristine environment, pristine beauty, pristine landscape, pristine nature, pristine wilderness, pristine beaches, pristine waters, pristine snow, pristine air, pristine reputation. Antithesis of, antithesis to, antithesis between, antithesis and, antithesis as, antithesis concept, antithesis idea, antithesis image, antithesis example, antithesis comparison, antithesis parallel. Paradigm shift, paradigm change, paradigm shift in, paradigm shift towards, paradigm shift away from, paradigm shift from, paradigm shift to, paradigm shift within, paradigm shift of, paradigm shift regarding. Tremendous success, tremendous growth, tremendous impact, tremendous effort, tremendous achievement, tremendous potential, tremendous opportunity, tremendous support, tremendous enthusiasm, tremendous energy. Serene peaceful, serene calm, serene tranquil, serene placid, serene quiet, serene still, serene composed, serene collected, serene undisturbed, serene unruffled, serene untroubled. Tranquil setting, tranquil atmosphere, tranquil environment, tranquil scene, tranquil calm, tranquil peaceful, tranquil serenity, tranquil relaxation, tranquil beauty. assault on, assault against, assault by, assault with, assault force, assault weapon, assault rifle, assault gun, assault knife, assault attack, assault violence, assault crime, assault battery, assault charge, assault case, assault victim, assault perpetrator, assault suspect, political diatribe, religious diatribe, personal diatribe, rant diatribe, tirade diatribe, outburst diatribe, harangue diatribe, vent diatribe, criticism diatribe, vitriol diatribe, denunciation diatribe, fragile delicate, fragile handle, fragile glass, fragile fragile, fragile handle, fragile handle, fragile handle, facade of happiness, facade of success, facade of confidence, facade of wealth, facade of normalcy, facade of contentment, facade of perfection, facade of innocence, facade of strength, facade of integrity, commodious space, commodious room, commodious apartment, commodious house, commodious accommodation, commodious interior, commodious layout, commodious design, commodious living, commodious environment, commodious facility, pervasive problem, pervasive issue, pervasive phenomenon, pervasive trend, pervasive influence, pervasive presence, pervasive effect, pervasive impact, pervasive nature, pervasive culture, pervasive attitude, pervasive behavior, pervasive belief, pervasive ideology, copious amounts, copious supply, copious evidence, copious notes, copious research, copious data, copious information, copious resources, copious detail, copious examples, copious literature, copious documentation, plague outbreak, plague epidemic, plague pandemic, plague disease, plague virus, plague bacteria, plague infection, plague illness, plague death toll, plague victim, plague case, plague symptom, plague treatment, plague medicine, plague quarantine, solitude loneliness, solitude isolation, solitude quiet, solitude peace, solitude reflection, solitude serenity, solitude tranquility, solitude retreat, solitude meditation, good posture, correct posture, proper posture, posture correction, posture improvement, posture alignment, posture support, posture awareness, posture exercises, posture maintenance, posture evaluation, lucidity of mind, lucidity of speech, lucidity of writing, lucidity of thought, lucidity of explanation, lucidity of argument, lucidity of reasoning, lucidity of expression, lucidity of presentation, lucidity of communication, lucid explanation, lucid writing, lucid thought, lucid dream, lucid presentation, lucid argument, lucid style, lucid instructions, lucid communication, lucid analysis. Abundance of resources, abundance in nature, abundance of wildlife, abundance of opportunities, abundance of information, abundance of energy, economic abundance, spiritual abundance, abundance of food, abundance of wealth, abundant resources, abundant supply, abundant food, abundant water, abundant wildlife, abundant vegetation, plethora options, plethora choices, plethora opportunities, plethora possibilities, plethora resources, plethora information, plethora variety, plethora range, plethora abundance, plethora examples, glare of, glare from, glare in, glare at, glare on, glare through, glare light, glare sun, glare eye, glare window, glare headlights, glare lamp, glare reflection, glare street, glare ceiling, glare mirror, glare glare.
Deport immigrants, deport deportation, deport il·legal immigrants, deport foreigners, deport deportation, deport removal.
Perpetuate a cycle, perpetuate stereotypes, perpetuate traditions, perpetuate the status quo, perpetuate myths, perpetuate violence, perpetuate inequality, perpetuate memories, perpetuate conflict, perpetuate a legacy. Perpetuate stereotypes, perpetuate violence, perpetuate myths, perpetuate inequality, perpetuate the cycle, perpetuate traditions, perpetuate memories, perpetuate the status quo, perpetuate problems, perpetuate a legacy.
Despair, hopelessness, despair, despair sadness, despair, depression, despair, desperation. Despondency over, despondency about, despondency from, despondency with, despondency feeling, despondency mood, despondency emotion, despondency state, despondency depression, despondency sadness, despondency despair. Corroborate evidence, corroborate testimony, corroborate findings, corroborate accounts, corroborate claims, corroborate reports, corroborate allegations, corroborate details, corroborate facts, corroborate sources. Coalesce around a cause, coalesce into a whole, coalesce as a team, coalesce for action, coalesce from fragments, coalesce ideas, coalesce into unity, coalesce strategies, coalesce efforts, coalesce resources. Coalesce around an idea, coalesce into a team, coalesce for a cause, coalesce from various sources, coalesce efforts, coalesce for action, coalesce around shared values, coalesce into unity, coalesce into a movement. Morph into, morph shape, morph form, morph structure, morph creature, morph figure, morph object, morph entity, morph organism, morph body, morph design, morph pattern, morph style, morph appearance, morph thing, morph transition, morph process, morph change. Intervene in, intervene with, intervene on, intervene for, intervene against, intervene situation, intervene crisis, intervene conflict, intervene issue, intervene matter, intervene dispute, intervene disagreement. Whinge about, whinge over, whinge at, whinge on, whinge regarding, whinge incessantly, whinge constantly, whinge habitually, whinge repeatedly, whinge endlessly, whinge tirelessly, whinge relentlessly, whinge incessantly, whinge continuously, whinge interminably, whinge without end. Equivocate on, equivocate about, equivocate with, equivocate between, equivocate over, equivocate around, equivocate regarding, equivocate concerning, equivocate regarding, equivocate with words, equivocate response. Wavering opinion, wavering decision, wavering uncertainty, wavering hesitation, wavering doubt, wavering choice, wavering resolve, wavering commitment, wavering conviction, wavering loyalty, wavering confidence, wavering belief, wavering trust, wavering faith, wavering stance, wavering mindset, wavering perspective, wavering attitude. Precipitate change, precipitate events, precipitate a crisis, precipitate action, precipitate conflict, precipitate a reaction, precipitate a fall, precipitate a decision, precipitate growth, precipitate decline, rainfall precipitation, snowfall precipitation, precipitation process, precipitation reaction, precipitation rate, precipitation event, precipitation pattern, precipitation cycle, precipitation mechanism, precipitation phase. Accommodate guests, accommodate requests, accommodate needs, accommodate changes, accommodate preferences, accommodate schedule, accommodate. Fade away, fade out, fade into, fade color, fade hair, fade fabric, fade clothing, fade paint, fade image, fade picture, fade effect, fade memory, fade sound, fade light, fade scene, fade music. Contend with, contend for, contend against, contend in, contend battle, contend fight, contend war, contend struggle, contend competition, contend race, contend championship, contend victory, contend position, contend title, contend place, contend power, contend authority. Dwindling resources, dwindling population, dwindling support, dwindling interest, dwindling revenue, dwindling number, dwindling power, dwindling influence, dwindling effect, dwindling energy, dwindling capacity, dwindling morale, dwindling enthusiasm, dwindling market share. Accuse blame, accuse allegation, accuse charge, accuse wrongdoing, accuse indictment, accuse denounce, accuse incriminate, accuse impeach, accuse implicate, accuse finger pointing. substantiate evidence, substantiate claims, substantiate findings, substantiate theories, substantiate arguments, substantiate allegations, substantiate reports, substantiate assertions, substantiate data. Substantiate claim, substantiate argument, substantiate evidence, substantiate theory, substantiate assertion, substantiate statement, substantiate hypothesis, substantiate finding, substantiate conclusion. Embody idea, embody concept, embody principle, embody value, embody belief, embody philosophy, embody spirit, embody essence, embody culture, embody tradition, embody trait, embody characteristic, embody symbol, embody virtue, embody quality, embody ideal, embody standard. Collate data, collate information, collate documents, collate reports, collate findings, collate research, collate evidence, collate statistics, collate results, collate feedback, collate records. Synthesize information, synthesize data, synthesize knowledge, synthesize materials, synthesize results, synthesize voices, synthesize perspectives, synthesize chemicals, synthesize compounds, synthesize strategies.
Sustain growth, sustain efforts, sustain interest, sustain damage, sustain operations, sustain life, sustain momentum, sustain support, sustain development, sustain investments. Stipulate conditions, stipulate requirements, stipulate terms, stipulate in a contract, stipulate guidelines, stipulate obligations, stipulate provisions, stipulate rules, stipulate criteria, stipulate agreements. Incite violence, incite protest, incite riot, incite rebellion, incite unrest, incite anger, incite hatred, incite conflict, incite aggression, incite hostility, incite resentment, incite tension, incite fear, incite panic, incite chaos, incite commotion, incite disturbance. Ameliorate conditions, ameliorate symptoms, ameliorate suffering, ameliorate the situation, ameliorate pain, ameliorate effects, ameliorate problems, ameliorate poverty, ameliorate impact, ameliorate risk. Supersede replace, supersede replace, supersede obsolete, supersede outdated, supersede outdated, supersede outdated. Encompass by, encompass with, encompass in, encompass through, encompass around, encompass world, encompass universe, encompass everything, encompass area, encompass region, encompass space, encompass environment, encompass nature, encompass surroundings, encompass context. Deceive someone, deceive oneself, deceive with lies, deceive with promises, deceive with illusions, deceive with false information, deceive with false appearances, deceive with deceit, deceive with trickery. Alleviate pain, alleviate suffering, alleviate symptoms, alleviate stress, alleviate poverty, alleviate pressure, alleviate concerns, alleviate risks, alleviate burdens, alleviate hardship. Alleviate suffering, alleviate stress, alleviate burden, alleviate discomfort, alleviate symptoms, alleviate pressure, alleviate tension, alleviate anxiety, alleviate condition, alleviate problem. Mitigate risk, mitigate impact, mitigate effect, mitigate damage, mitigate consequence, mitigate harm, mitigate danger, mitigate threat, mitigate problem, mitigate challenge, mitigate issue, mitigate concern, mitigate difficulty, mitigate burden, mitigate stress, mitigate crisis. Intimidate behavior, intimidate tactics, intimidate tactic, intimidate strategy, intimidate approach, intimidate technique. Integrate systems, integrate data, integrate resources, integrate technology, integrate approaches, integrate services, integrate operations, integrate solutions, integrate strategies, integrate communities. Wilted flower, wilted plant, wilted leaves, wilted wilt, wilted bloom, wilted droop. Obfuscate meaning, obfuscate issue, obfuscate language, obfuscate truth, obfuscate intent, obfuscate purpose, obfuscate details, obfuscate facts, obfuscate reality, obfuscate situation, obfuscate findings. Instill confidence, instill fear, instill values, instill discipline, instill hope, instill trust, instill belief, instill motivation, instill enthusiasm, instill resilience, instill determination, instill courage, instill wisdom, instill knowledge, instill awareness, instill empathy, instill respect. Eradicate disease, eradicate poverty, eradicate hunger, eradicate corruption, eradicate problem, eradicate threat. Unwind after a long day, unwind with a book, unwind with music, unwind with a walk, unwind with meditation, unwind with a bath, unwind with a vacation, unwind with a massage, unwind with a hobby, unwind with a movie. Eavesdrop eavesdropping, eavesdrop conversation, eavesdrop phone, eavesdrop listen, eavesdrop privacy, eavesdrop spy, eavesdrop wiretap. Exploit resources, exploit labor, exploit workers, exploit natural resources, exploit environment, exploit opportunities, exploit situation, exploit weakness, exploit vulnerability, exploit ignorance, exploit fear, exploit power, exploit fame, exploit wealth. Exploitation labor, exploitation child, exploitation sexual, exploitation worker, exploitation human, exploitation natural, exploitation environment, exploitation resource, exploitation company, exploitation industry, exploitation economy, exploitation market, exploitation system, exploitation practice. Palestinians persist in their struggle for justice, persist in, persist with, persist at, persist through, persist despite, persist against, persist until, persist over time, persist for, persist long, persist during, persist throughout, persist in doing, persist in action, persist in effort. Elicit response, elicit reaction, elicit answer, elicit information, elicit feedback, elicit comment, elicit emotion, elicit confession, elicit truth, elicit discussion. Retract statement, retract claim, retract accusation, retract remark, retract apology, retract assertion, retract denial, retract story, retract admission, retract confession, retract promise, retract pledge, retract agreement, retract contract, retract offer, retract proposal.
Expedite the process, expedite delivery, expedite approval, expedite a request, expedite work, expedite services, expedite transactions, expedite shipping, expedite procedures, expedite resolution. Strive to achieve, strive to attain, strive to accomplish, strive to succeed, strive to excel, strive to improve, strive to reach, strive to obtain, strive to gain, strive to fulfill, strive to meet, strive to maintain, strive to exceed, strive to overcome, strive to realize. Facilitate learning, facilitate communication, facilitate access, facilitate trade, facilitate improvement, facilitate collaboration, facilitate change, facilitate transactions, facilitate understanding, facilitate operations. Facilitation of communication, facilitation of cooperation, facilitation of collaboration, facilitation of learning, facilitation of process, facilitation of interaction, facilitation of discussion, facilitation of access. Tarnish reputation, tarnish tarnish, tarnish stain, tarnish tarnished, tarnish damage, tarnish blemish, tarnish tarnishing, tarnish smudge, tarnish dirty, tarnish mark. Affliction pain, affliction suffering, affliction disease, affliction illness, affliction ailment, affliction condition, affliction disorder, affliction affliction, affliction health, affliction ailment, affliction injury, affliction discomfort, affliction trouble, affliction burden. Emerges emerge, emerges surface, emerges result, emerges outcome, emerges effect, emerges event, emerges situation, emerges condition, emerges development, emerges phenomenon, emerges pattern, emerges trend, emerges issue, emerges problem, emerges challenge, emerges obstacle. Articulate speaker, articulate communication, articulate writing, articulate argument, articulate expression, articulate presentation, articulate response, articulate explanation, articulate reasoning, articulate speech. Deem necessary, deem appropriate, deem fit, deem suitable, deem important, deem necessary, deem worthy, deem irrelevant. Deem insignificant, deem valuable, deem essential. Amend a law, amend a document, amend a contract, amend a mistake, amend a sentence, amend a policy, amend a rule. Amend a regulation, amend a provision, amend a clause, amend a section. Wring out, wring dry, wring moisture, wring water, wring cloth, wring towel, wring sponge, wring mop, wring fabric, wring juice, wring liquid. Wring sweat, wring tears, wring blood, wring essence, wring fluid, wring moisture, wring dampness, wring humidity, wring liquid out of. Compensate for, compensate by, compensate with, compensate in, compensate with, compensate payment, compensate loss, compensate damage, compensate injury, compensate harm, compensate expenses, compensate cost, compensate effort, compensate time, compensate work, compensate service. Compensation for, compensation from, compensation to, compensation package, compensation payment, compensation scheme, compensation claim, compensation award, compensation benefits, compensation plan, compensation agreement, compensation policy, compensation deal. Impede progress, impede growth, impede development, impede movement, impede flow, impede efforts, impede success, impede operations, impede access, impede work. Entices attracts, entices tempts, entices allures, entices seduces, entices lures, entices charms, entices bewitches. Entices captivates, entices enchants, entices invites, entices beckons. Infuriate anger, infuriate behavior, infuriate infuriating, infuriate remarks, infuriate actions, infuriate infuriated. Exacerbate problem, exacerbate situation, exacerbate condition, exacerbate issue, exacerbate crisis, exacerbate conflict, exacerbate tension, exacerbate violence, exacerbate pain, exacerbate suffering, exacerbate disease, exacerbate symptoms, exacerbate inflammation. Postulate theory, postulate hypothesis, postulate idea, postulate concept, postulate model, postulate principle, postulate argument, postulate assumption, postulate framework, postulate explanation. Scrutinize details, scrutinize documents, scrutinize data, scrutinize behavior, scrutinize accounts, scrutinize practices, scrutinize evidence, scrutinize plans, scrutinize policies, scrutinize procedures. Impose on, impose by, impose with, impose restriction, impose regulation, impose rule, impose tax, impose duty, impose penalty, impose fine, impose tariff, impose sanction, impose ban, impose control, impose condition, impose requirement, impose order, impose measure. Reckon with consequences, reckon with reality, reckon with challenges, reckon with difficulties, reckon with the past. Reckon with the future, reckon with the cost, reckon with the risks, reckon with the time. Vigilant watch, vigilant guard, vigilant security, vigilant lookout, vigilant alert, vigilant surveillance, vigilant attention, vigilant monitoring, vigilant awareness. Condense information, condense text, condense data, condense document, condense summary, condense version, condense book, condense article, condense report, condense speech, condense explanation, condense instruction.